biosphere reserves are little different from the concept of other protected areas, and these biosphere reserves are formed under the Land and Biosphere program of UNESCO. So its main aim is to improve the relation of people and their environments. So here there is the people is the integral part of the environment, right? So it means it is a system that take care of the cultural environment and also the natural environment along with the population there. So it means that when a biosphere reserve is declared, it will take care of the sustainable use. Sustainable use include conservation of biodiversity, also conservation of the resources, also the livelihood of the people. Okay, so it will try for economic development and social development and the natural ecosystem development in the regions, the surrounding regions. So social and cultural development in the region, that is the aim. And other than that, it aims for biodiversity conservation, ecosystem conservation. From this integrated approach, it is clear that it is following an ecosystem approach. That is, try to improve the region in a holistic manner, so that it will try to help the goals of the sustainable development goals and also the conservation of biodiversity. These two aim at the ecosystem approach and sustainable development. So the biosphere reserves helps to attain these goals of conservation and sustainable development. And another purpose of this biosphere reserve is for learning, research and education. So it establishes a world network so that exchange of information is also possible. So the learning and research activities are allowed inside this biosphere reserve. So which are the areas declared as biosphere reserve? The areas should be special in terms of the biodiversity, and that means there should be housing some species that is not found anywhere else. Some rare species should be there, then that region can be declared as biosphere reserve. Or it should be a unique specimen of the natural landscape. There should be a uniqueness. Right, it should be representative of the different ecosystems. Like that, unique regions are declared as the biosphere reserves. And in India, we have so far 18 biosphere reserves. And in that, 10 are included in the world network. So some important biosphere reserves are included under the world network of biosphere reserve. 10 out of 18 biosphere reserves in India are included under this list. Now let us see what are the biosphere reserves in India. The list reads like this. First one is Gulf of Mannar. Gulf of Mannar is in Tamil Nadu. It forms the marine region between India and Sri Lanka. So it is part of the Gulf from Rameshwaram Island to Sri Lanka. Here the main animal is the sea cow or dugong. It is the rare animal here. And next is Agastyamalai. Agastyamalai is the southern part of the Western Ghats. It covers Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Nilagiri Tar elephants are the main animals here. So there are different wildlife sanctuaries and national parks here. Neyyar Wildlife Sanctuary, Peppara Sendurai Sanctuary, like that different sanctuaries are covered under this Agastyamalai Reserve. And next is Atnakamar Amarkandak. So this is in Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh it will cover. Here different antelopes, vultures are there. It is part of central India. Next is Sundarbans. Sundarbans is the delta region bordering India and Bangladesh. Here the main animal is tiger, right? Royal Bengal tiger. Next is Nokrek. Nokrek Biosphere Reserve is part of Garo Hills in Meghalaya. It is in Meghalaya. And here we have panda. Red panda is found in this region. It is a rare animal in this reserve. Next is Simlipal. Simlipal forms the border between Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, but the reserve is in Odisha, part of Mayurbhanj district. Here also tiger is there, elephant is there, like that animals are there. Next is Nilgiri. Nilgiri is the region where the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats are meeting, so that the ecosystem supports different variety of forests, including the temperate forests or shola forests. And here Nilgiri tar is a major animal. And third is Pachmarhi. Pachmarhi is in Madhya Pradesh. The species specific to this Pachmarhi is the flying squirrel. Flying squirrel is found only in this region in India. It is endemic to particularly this region in India. This Nanda Devi. Nanda Devi is in Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand. So this Nanda Devi is famous as Valley of Flowers. Valley of Flowers National Park is included in this Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve. Tenth one is Great Nicobar. So Nicobar is the southern part of the Andaman and Nicobar group, and Great Nicobar is the largest island in the group. It is covered under this Biosphere Reserve. 11th one is Kanchenjunga National Park. Kanchenjunga is in Sikkim. So it is a mountain ecosystem, Himalayan ecosystem. Here snow leopard is a major animal. Next is cold desert. Cold desert is in Himachal Pradesh. Pin Valley National Park, like that. Colder regions are covered under this cold desert Biosphere Reserve. Here also snow leopard is an important animal. And 13th is Seshajalam Hills. Seshajalam Hills, there is a famous pilgrim place here, the Tirumala Tirupati Pilgrim Center. So it is in Andhra Pradesh, and it is the latest to be declared as the Biosphere Reserve. And 14th is Dibru Saikova. Dibru Saikova is in Assam. And Manas. Manas is in Assam. Manas we have Tiger Reserve also. And 16th is Rann of Kutch. Rann of Kutch is a salt marsh, right? Salt marsh and arid region. Indian wilderness is the major animal here. It is in Gujarat. 17th is Panna. Panna Tiger Reserve is famous. Here it is in Madhya Pradesh. So it was in news with respect to the Ken-Betwa link, right? So the region is between the Ken and Betwa river, and it will be, parts of it will be inundated with the Ken-Betwa interlinking project. So Pannar Tiger Reserve is a major issue when the river linking was taken up. 18th one is Dibang. Dibang is in Arunachal Pradesh. This is the value of the rivers Dibang and Dibang. So these are the 18 biosphere reserves in India. Out of this, which are all included under the World Network of Biosphere Reserve? Here Great Nicobar is included. Then Nanda Devi is included. Nanda Devi, where is Nanda Devi? So this Great Nicobar is the 9th reserve included under the list. Nanda Devi is the 4th reserve included under the list. And Panchmargi is the 6th reserve. Panchmargi is the 6th reserve included under this list. Next. Agasthyamala was the last. It is the 10th reserve included under the list. This one is the 8th. Then Simlipal was the 7th. Then which was the first reserve to included in the world network? It is Nilgiris. Nilgiris was the first to be included under the world network. And second one is Gulf of Mannar, which is the third one. Third one is Sundarbans. Fourth is Nanda Devi. Then fifth is Nokrek. Sixth is Panchmargi. Seventh is Simlipal. Eighth is Achnakama Amarkandak. Ninth is Great Nicobar. And the latest is Agasthyamala. These are the 10 reserves included in the world network. The characteristic of biosphere reserve is that there are different zones. The zones will vary in protection and vary in the purpose. And the innermost zone is the core zone. So this core zone is for mainly conservation. Conservation means to try to preserve the resources there. So the region which is declared as core should be minimally impacted by the human being. So such regions are selected as the core. So here no human activities are allowed. Grazing like that activities are not allowed in this region. But if anybody wants to take up some research or other any educational purpose, they can get into the core with the permission. Otherwise, nobody is allowed inside this core. And what is the peculiarity of this core? The core is such that it is a biogeographic unit. Biogeographic unit means it has a viable population. Viable population means if there is a species there, say tiger, it need not go outside for its survival. They can live inside this core region, they can interbreed in this core region, and the generations will also thrive in this core region. They need not go out of the core. Also, it will represent all trophic levels in the ecosystem. All trophic level means from the plants to the top predators like tigers will be available in this core region. So it is minimally disturbed ecosystem, and we want to keep it as minimally disturbed also with the minimal disturbances. That is the core region. And buffer region is the region surrounding the core, and here sustainable use is allowed. Sustainable use like recreation is allowed, tourism is allowed, fishing is allowed, grazing is allowed. Like that activities are allowed, but in a controlled manner. That is, you should not exploit the resources in this region. So these activities are limited but not prevented. And next is the transition zone. Actually, there is no delimitation for this zone. It is slowly merges up with the proper land use. And these transition zones, we can see croplands, we can see human settlements. So these will be allowed to remain like that. They won't be asked to move out of the place. And these are allowed to exist in this region. And why this region is for? It is for the equitable sharing of benefits. We saw that in conservation of biodiversity, local population also should get economic benefits out of their resources. So here some activities like tourism, recreation, agriculture, like that are allowed, so that they can also get benefit of the reserve here, biosphere reserve here. So here it is also called as zone of cooperation. So here human is cooperating with the natural environment for their economic needs also and for their livelihood also. So the some economic activities are allowed here. So these are the three zonations of biosphere reserve, so that it satisfy the criteria that there should be an interrelationship between human and environment, and the research try to protect that interrelationship between the man and their environment. For engineering services general studies video lectures, visit www.iesgeneralstudies.com. For mechanical engineering video lectures and question and answer discussion, visit www.getnet.com.